If you are just paying attention to the headlines, you might be forgiven for thinking that Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the upcoming Call of Duty game, will never have loot boxes in the game. You also might think that the game is definitely not pay to win and that the microtransactions are only cosmetic. Well, you'd be wrong to assume all those things, wouldn't they, Henry?
Wrong! Wrong!
We're here to blow apart what has been said by the company by addressing the monetizations pre-launch, which in itself is an unusual step. They've released a blog post. You know, it's not like a company to be releasing full blog posts of 504 words counted, addressing monetization pre-launch.
I think it's to get people to think, oh, look, they're the heroes, even more so than usual when they just do their normal stuff and then put the stuff in after launch. So now they're setting things up in a positive way first, just before it goes bad.
And it's been a lot said about monetization in the game pre-launch because there was a screenshot launched of somebody who played the beta, and it said in the screenshot that the supply drops, you've unlocked a supply drop at level 6 or whatever. You know, there's a lot of controversy, a lot of talk about the fact that loot boxes have come into the game around that, and this is their reaction. They're trying to avoid the backlash at launch to get more people to buy the game. We've had a look through their blog post and we've picked it apart because this is such a beautifully crafted PR piece. It doesn't say anything specific and it dances around the issues without telling you exactly what you want to hear, and people have made the assumption that they're saying something that they definitely haven't.
It's being misreported quite a lot.
Yeah, and we're here to put the record straight, damn it.
The blog post starts off with some good stuff, being like, yeah, we're going to have cross-play, there's going to be no season pass, all the DLC can be bought individually, there's going to be free post-launch maps, all the content's coming all at once for everyone playing on the same system. Sounds great, wonderful. All stuff that we would expect to have in this day and age anyway.
Yeah, you're making you feel warm inside, aren't they? That's the idea of that. Oh, you're a nice person. It's like before the breakup, you say, you're a great person. You're a great personality to be with.
Yeah, but I just don't want to be with you.
Yeah, but you might be. I'm leaving you because you're a fucking arsehole.
I mean, that all sounds great to anyone who's got Bobby Kotick's schlong all the way down their throat. The guy who recently also is rumoured to have called Activision microtransactivision in a board meeting. So
is that true or is that just a meme?
It's a rumour from Charlie Intel, who was then told to delete the tweet and said his hands were tied. And that's just a minor point, but which we could elaborate a whole video on, but we'll move on from that.
All right, so let's get into the meat of the post, really, where they discuss the monetization. And the first thing that I've got a contention with is the quote, "We are introducing a new battle pass system, not a loot box system." Now, importantly, what they're not saying here is that they have no intention of introducing a loot box system in the future.
Yeah, surface level it sounds like, oh, there's no loot box system, but importantly, it doesn't say it's never coming.
And some people are actually reporting that this means never, right?
Yeah, Charlie Intel, who, and among others, have said that they won't be coming ever in their blog posts and their articles. Loot boxes won't ever come to Modern Warfare, but it literally does not say that at all.
And with Activision's track record, they have lied in the past about not bringing loot boxes to games. Now, the one example that was used recently in a recent video was that Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, the devs at E3 promised to journalists that they would avoid microtransactions and instead offer new content for free during the game's life cycle. And it was only like a month or two after launch that microtransactions arrived in the game. Now, that either exposes the devs themselves as liars, or exposes the fact that they have literally no control over the monetization. No matter what they want, it's Activision, it's the publisher who calls the shots. Like, all these games are subject to Activision's bidding, so they can just throw monetization. No matter what these guys are saying now, no matter what this post says, Activision could come in a couple of months and change all of that. You've also got to take the fact that Call of Duty regularly launches without loot boxes, only to introduce them after the launch hype has died down. This is literally what they do, avoiding the controversy at launch, and then once the reviews are out and the Metacritic score is secured, they bring in the bullshit monetization, and that's when nobody cares anymore, because it's only the loyal COD players who are playing, who are remaining, and that's the ones who feel the brunt of the shitty loot boxes, microtransactions, all the other bullshit monetization.
Yeah, they're the ones shooting themselves in the foot because they love the game, so they're willing to pay for microtransactions, but then end up hurting themselves because the microtransactions stay in the game and the game is built around a model like that.
Yeah, the bottom line is what they are not saying, and what they have at no point said, is that loot boxes will definitely not be introduced to the game. If they definitely weren't coming to the game, they should say it definitely isn't coming to the game. It is very specific specifically worded, and it's in current tense for a reason. It's the same as saying we are not currently introducing a loot box system, right? They say we are introducing a new battle pass system, not a loot box system. That's what they're currently doing. Yeah. It doesn't mean that in future it'll be any different.
And I'm sure the developers over at Infinity Ward aren't planning on doing that because they just want to make a game, most of them anyway.
Well, the developers hate microtransactions.
Exactly.
We've been contacted by like a Ubisoft developer in the past about the recent Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and he said himself specifically he doesn't like the fact that monetization is so bad in the game.
Yeah, they're putting their heart and soul into a game, but then it's the publisher who mandates this sort of stuff. So actually, one of the developers from Infinity Ward, the art director Joel Emsley, said, "What I can say right now is that we're definitely not working on any kind of supply drop or loot box system. Also, functional stuff is unlocked through gameplay. Stay tuned, we're planning to release info this week."
Yeah, and what's specific there is that you're definitely not working on any kind of supply drop. Not working currently.
And that's his perspective. Yeah. We, as in potentially his team and the art team or anything like that. He may not even know. He could be lying. He could totally be lying, but he may
be lying.
Not know.
But then again, it's Activision could come in and just like overwrite everything that he thinks and feels about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the no loot boxes ever narrative blown to shit. Let's move on to the next part of the blog post. This is where people are getting the no pay to win narrative from, which is absolute bollocks, and let me explain why. The quote goes, "All functional content that has an impact on game balance, such as base weapons and attachments, can be unlocked simply by playing the game."
So functional content, that's your weapons and attachment, things that will be gameplay altering, right? Well, that sounds not pay to win. Sure, sounds exactly like it, but it doesn't say can only be unlocked by playing the game. It says can be unlocked by playing the game. So you can play to win, but you can possibly pay to win, because it doesn't eliminate that as an option.
Yeah, can be unlocked by playing is not the same as you cannot buy them. Some people wrongly think that if you can unlock everything by playing, then it's not pay to win. This infuriates me. This is absolute bullshit, right? This is what the companies want you to be saying. Yeah. If you can buy them, then it's potentially pay to win, and I'll explain. I'll give you a short example, right? So take a game that you play. If at character level 20 you unlocked a weapon which is really overpowered, something like a mini nuke or something like that, right? You can also buy this mini nuke from the microtransaction store as well as technically earning it by playing. And then let's say it takes a while to earn it by playing, let's say like 20 hours of gameplay to get to level 20 where you unlock the mini nuke, right? In this fictional scenario, on launch day, there's two players playing the game. One buys the mini nuke and the other one doesn't. He's going to grind it out. Who's going to win for the first 20 hours of play? Tell me that. Who is going to win? The guy who bought the mini nuke or the guy who didn't buy the mini nuke? And tell me that is not pay to fucking win. Anyone who says that's not pay to win is very stupid.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
They're pretty stupid, Henry.
Exactly. Just because you can unlock it through gameplay,
and
that having the ability to pay to unlock it, to pay to skip grind, if you will, people will do that, and they will get a gameplay advantage, and they will be paying to win.
And this is just an example of how very clever wording gets you around the controversy, right? You can unlock everything by playing is not the same as no pay to win. And we even have brainwashed idiots come into our comments defending games as not pay to win because you can technically unlock everything through playing. It's not. It doesn't mean that.
You can if you feel like I'm not going to buy any of these microtransactions. I'll be fine. I'm going to play it. I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to earn everything. Yeah, but little Timmy over there with his mummy's credit card, he's going to pay for it and he's going to kill you.
Yeah.
Not fairly. And a competitive game built around pay to win mechanics isn't competitive.
Just because you can unlock it by playing, it can still be pay to win. And if you disagree, you're a fucking idiot.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
And then the blog post goes on to talk about their battle pass system, which is replacing all the loot boxes and stuff. Allegedly. The new battle pass system will allow players to see the content that they're earning or buying. Battle passes will launch timed to new post-launch live seasons, so you can unlock cool new Modern Warfare themed content that matches each season. So it's going to be a battle pass that shows you what you get, and it's going to be seasonal timed content, so you can only get it at a certain time, which is pretty annoying anyway, but everyone seems to do that in these modern games. Mentions nothing about grind, about whether or not you can spend real money to get it instantly or grind for 30 hours to get the same thing. And again, it's got such specific wording without actually being specific in what it says. It's specifically non-specific.
They don't tell you anything about the actual game and what the mechanics are in the game. That's why it's not specific, right? But the words that they use are very specific, because the bit that troubles me is allow players to see the content that they are earning or buying. That's pretty much what you can do in the loot boxes now in Belgium and France. I don't know if you've heard of this story recently, but CSGO have adapted their loot boxes so they're now see-through, right? So the loot boxes that you actually buy, you can see the content in the loot boxes, but the next loot boxes along the line on the conveyor belt, don't know what that is going to be in that. So it's still a loot box, but you can see through it, so it's fine. And it's the same happened in Dota in Belgium too. So it's just another way of them getting around it. And the fact that they're using these specific words makes me think that that's what they're going to intend to do. That maybe they do bring loot boxes or like these surprise mechanics, whatever they want to call it, into the game. But because they're see-through, you can like see through the wall and see what you're buying. They're going to get away with it and say, this isn't a loot box. What? Don't be stupid. This isn't a loot box. What I've got to say on this is like, buyer beware. This is all smoke and mirrors, and they're using these clever words to try and manipulate you into buying the game. It's that simple. That's what they're doing here. They're trying to manipulate you by using these very specific words.
Just remember a game like Red Dead Redemption, the original one, when you're interacting with Nigel West Dickens, that slippery, fat snake oil salesman. That is literally who these companies are. Yeah. He's selling you this green piss water and telling you it's going to be a magic elixir which can make you shoot really good. It's not. It's bullshit. And then the blog post carries on a bit more. With the new Battle Pass system, players will be able to earn COD points by playing the game. Now, COD points are the premium currency which you can buy with real money. But no, you can earn some now, so it's not completely premium. You can earn it by playing, so it's all earnable, you see. You've no idea how much, and we have no idea about the grindiness of it again.
Yeah, you can only earn them if you've paid for the Battle Pass system, so you've got to pay to get them anyway. It's ridiculous, if you ask me. It's like earning a premium currency in this way and then spending them on weapons to access them before anybody else can. Again, like I said, can be pay to win. And it's just like, it's exactly like saying that the fast track ticket at Universal Studios is not pay to ride first. It fucking is. This is pay to win.
Although in that case, it's pay to get into a slightly shorter queue these days because everyone still buys it. And then the blog post carries on a bit more. There will be both a free stream and premium stream of content in the Battle Pass system in Modern Warfare. New base weapons will be earned through gameplay simply by playing Modern Warfare. Functional attachments for base weapons can be unlocked through gameplay as well, just like in the game's beta. So it's going to be free and premium content in the Battle Pass, and it's trying to reiterate that weapons and attachments can be unlocked through gameplay, but it doesn't say that you can't purchase them
specifically.
And I love the line, just like in the game's beta, and it just made me think where you had supply drops built into the beta, but they were inactive.
So it's the next sentence is why people are saying that it's cosmetic only microtransactions, wrongly saying that because it's absolute bollocks.
Pretty consistent theme here, right?
Yeah. Now what they say is the Battle Pass and the in-game store will feature a variety of cosmetic content that does not impact game balance.
So again, it's not cosmetic only. It doesn't say that. It says does not impact game balance, but that could mean anything these days because it's so indescript and it doesn't say cosmetic only. And then my question is, will there be stuff that's exclusive to the in-game store which you have to buy, or exclusive stuff to the Battle Pass system which you have to grind for, or can you buy stuff through the store which is in the Battle Pass, so it's skipping the grind? It's so unclear about what it is they're actually selling to you, but they're promising it's good.
Yeah, they're using the words cosmetic content here to make people associate what they're actually saying with the notion of cosmetic only, but without exclusively saying cosmetic only. It's like a psychological kind of maneuver here. It's very clever PR speak is what this is, and this is why people are associating, oh, it's cosmetic only, when they've not said that in one. Read it again. Read it again. Look at the words. It's not cosmetic only.
If you do a quick find in page search for the word only, it only appears twice and it's in a completely different context.
Yeah, for example, the Battle Pass and in-game store could also feature non-cosmetic content which could impact the game balance, and what they're saying in this sentence would still be true. It can never be cosmetic only just because there are cosmetics. And if it was cosmetic only, they would say that, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they say that? Because it would make more of an impact. Yep. There'd be no need for them to use this clever wording like this and try and pull the wool over our eyes, because that's essentially what they are doing doing, and I see right fucking through it. It's absolute bollocks, and it angers me that people are writing these headlines and getting people to think that they're the good guys here, right?
Literally.
You got to remember that this is still them trying to justify taking more money off you after you've actually bought the game. In my eyes, if you pay full price for a game, you should get the full game, and that's not what's happening here. This isn't what they're doing.
All this sentence says is that the Battle Pass and the game store will feature cosmetic content that doesn't impact the game balance, but that just refers to the cosmetic content. The cosmetic content won't be gameplay altering cosmetic content, if that makes sense. It doesn't say that there won't be other gameplay altering content.
The bottom line is just don't trust these guys, right? And don't trust what the headlines are saying. I've even seen big YouTubers just justifying this, saying that it's all right now, saying that, oh, this is a good move. It's not a good move because it's still bullshit monetization in a full price game. And they're known liars. We've seen them lie in the past about monetization in the game. They're just pulling the wool over your eyes here. And it troubles me when the likes of Young A can't see through this, and because he's got such a big following, and people might think, having watched his video, that, oh yeah, they're doing the right thing here, and it's all bullshit, guys. Do not believe it. Do not believe for 1 second. You've got to be more cynical than this. This is Activision we're talking about. They've got a track record. Why would you trust a liar? It's like an abusive relationship, right?
The amount of people who are coming out and saying confirmed no loot boxes doesn't say that. The amount of people who are thanking them over this, which is literally like a toxic relationship. They've basically shat all over your face for years, and now they're telling you that they're going to wipe some of it off without actually doing anything, and you're saying thank you to that. Thank you, Infinity Ward.
Master. Thank you, Master.
It's fucking pathetic.
Yeah, it's pathetic. Buyer beware. Do not buy this game. Do not buy this game. Anyway, done that.
Yeah, enough of a bit of a rant there from both of us. Make sure you let us know down in the comments what you think. Are you one of these people who blindly believe that there is no loot boxes, it's all cosmetic only, don't worry about the microtransactions? Are you just interested in the campaign? Because the campaign does look cool, but I'm not buying a game with all this bullshit in it. Make sure you let us know, leave a like, hit subscribe, and the bell. You know what to do. I've been Henry, he's been Gaz. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.